Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Mystic Magic. In today's video, we're going to be diving into the new moon in Gemini that's happening on May 30th, 2022. This is a reading for the collective, so there are no piles to choose from today. In a minute, I'm going to be talking about what a new moon is and also other important astrological events that are happening around the time of this new moon. So if you're not interested in hearing about any of that, feel free to scroll down to the description box or the pinned comment and you can just go ahead and skip ahead to the reading. A couple of quick disclaimers before we start. Tarot is just a tool that reads the current energy, and energy is always changing. So remember that you have free will and the power to create change. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. Don't try to force all the messages to fit for you and your life. There could simply just be messages here that are meant for other people watching that just aren't meant for you. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this new moon. In the lunar cycle, new moons represent new beginnings, setting intentions, and starting new projects. After having two intense eclipses, Gemini's light energy is like walking into an air-conditioned room on a hot day. As a mutable air sign, Gemini is quick-moving, adaptable, and always on the move. Expect new ideas, information, and incoming news, as well as new ways of collecting and disseminating information. Logic will be at the forefront of this new moon, and the cerebral energy is a great opportunity to see things from a new perspective. You may be extra sociable during this time, so be sure to balance that energy out by listening intently too. Feelings of impatience and restlessness may arise, especially mental activity. Grounding and connecting to the breath will be extra important during this time. Now, diving into other important astrological events that are happening in and around the time of this new moon. First off, as I'm sure you all know, we are still in Mercury retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So halfway through this retrograde on May 23rd, Mercury regressed from being in Gemini to being in Taurus, where it's going to stay until June 13. Mercury retrograde combined with this new moon in Gemini is likely to heighten any retrograde issues. So really expect miscommunication, misinformation, scheduling and travel conflicts, and struggles with technology. Retrogrades are a great opportunity for reflection and reassessment of your situation. Taurus really likes stability and being practical, so now is a good time to sit down and make a plan, and even a backup plan, especially when it comes to your finances. Next, we have Venus in Aries squaring Pluto in Capricorn on May 27th. This transit can have a really great effect on your relationships, especially romantic ones. Deep-seated issues like power, control, and dominance can rise to the surface. These are likely to be hidden fears or insecurities about feeling valued, respected, or loved. This transit has the capacity to make or break relationships depending on how solid or healthy the connection is. But no matter what, this is a deeply transformative transit offering an opportunity to transmute and alchemize aspects of the shadow. On May 29th, we have Mars conjuncting Jupiter in Aries in the 8th house. So if you watched the video that I uploaded about the full moon in Scorpio total lunar eclipse, you'll know that on May 10th, Jupiter entered Aries, and now on May 29th, it's joining forces with Aries ruling planet Mars. This transit's all about creating your own luck and opportunities. This dynamic duo has strong masculine energy, so confidence and leadership skills are on the rise, and you'll have more energy and stamina to push through any obstacles. Creativity, initiation, and progress are all keywords here. It's a great time to start or launch projects. You may feel more direct in your communication style and really strongly identify with your opinions, so watch out for heated arguments. This transit wants you to feel yourself. All of this expansive passion, fire, confidence, and ambition is bringing a lot of heat and spice to your life. And with the 8th house's influence, there's a focus on power and sexual energy. Be wary of taking things too far, impulsivity and uncalculated risks, aggression, and even physical injuries. Moving on June 1st, we have Mercury in Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius. So while Mercury loves to bounce around from thing to thing, Saturn is all about discipline and restrictions. You may feel blocked when it comes to moving forward and communicating with others. Issues with time may come up in regards to traveling, allotting time to complete tasks, and staying on schedule. You may find yourself and others being highly critical, sarcastic, aloof, and brittle. Expect to feel a power struggle between freedom and limitations, and being lighthearted and being serious. Be wary of missing certain details and struggling to concentrate or get things done efficiently and effectively. There's a strong emphasis on logic, practicality, and inflexibility. Issues here may tend to be focused on financial matters, our dreams, and our community or social circle. While a difficult transit, it's an opportunity to step up with maturity, be patient, and take accountability. There's no taking shortcuts with Saturn, as he's here to teach us all the hard but important lessons. Also happening on June 1st, we have Mars in Aries squaring Lilith in Cancer. As the moon moves around the Earth, the point of its orbit that is furthest away from the Earth is known as Black Moon Lilith, or simply just Lilith. This part of our chart shows us where we're rebellious, unwilling to compromise, and where we value freedom and liberation. It can also represent the shadow and darker parts of ourselves that we repress or bury. Lilith in Cancer is a typical rebellious teenager who breaks out and throws family tradition right out the window. As both of these cosmic bodies represent divine feminine energy, there's encouragement to set strong boundaries so you don't overgive, over-nurture, or overextend yourself in any way. There's a need or even an obsession with being needed by others. This is a really strong contrast to Mars in Aries, which is very, very much focused on the self and personal goals and ambitions. So you may struggle with sacrificing your needs to help others, which in turn can create and build up resentment, frustration, and anger. Seek healthy outlets for your emotions, set boundaries, and remember that oftentimes putting ourselves first is the best way to help others. Next, we have Venus in Taurus sextiling Lilith in Pisces on June 2nd. As its ruling planet, Venus loves to be in Taurus. Grounded in the physical, Venus manifests as earthly pleasures and appeals to all the senses. So think good food and drink, aromatherapy, beautiful music, clothes and textiles made of high quality fabric, and general aesthetics. With this harmonious aspect, you may find ways to live out your sexual, sensual, and creative fantasies. Be cautious of overindulgence and losing yourself in illusion, and be extra mindful about addictions and substances. Grounding will be very helpful to keep your energy centered and anchored to reality. Last but certainly not least, we have the Sun in Gemini sextiling Chiron in Aries on June 6th. Chiron is the wounded healer, and in this case, the Sun is illuminating wounds related to identity, ego, and our self-expression, both how we represent ourselves and how we communicate. Chiron in Aries can be quite intense, as Mars-driven Aries is a fiery warrior that tends to be blunt and straightforward in how to deal with things. With all this masculine energy, you're bound to take initiative and be on the ball as issues come up, dealing with them directly. Aries carries big, I don't give a fuck energy, and Gemini can have no filter, so be mindful of how you speak to yourself and others. You may need to work a bit harder than usual to stay compassionate and think before you speak. It's time to be proud of and embrace who you are and show it off to the world. So now that we're all caught up and have an understanding of what is going on in the cosmos, let us start to take a look specifically at this new moon in Gemini. So I have a bunch of oracle cards prepared, which we are going to start off by looking at the main theme and overall energy for the collective for this new moon. And then we will be getting more detail with the tarot, and then getting some advice and closing messages from spirit. So for now, I will put this deck to the side and let's go ahead and see. So we have remembrance, number 38. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. We have grief with the heart chakra. We have love. Sorry if there's any background noise. We have garbage trucks going around, so if you hear anything, that's what that is. And then our last card is we have Go the Distance in reverse, number 47. Okay, you guys, so I'm getting a lot of different messages with these cards here. Where to start? So, okay, first let's address the grief and the love card. So, some of you could be going through like a breakup of some kind, you know, whether this is a platonic relationship, whether this is a friend breakup, maybe you have left a job recently, or for some of you, you may have even lost someone close to you recently, or even a pet, or there could even be like an anniversary of some kind that is coming up for you, that's bringing back a lot of these memories. Because like we have grief with the heart chakra, and then we have love. So some of you may be going through it. You know, I'm sending you all the good vibes. I'm giving you a big, big virtual energetic hug right now. And, you know, Spirit is wanting you to know if something like that is coming up for you, that it's important to allow yourself to grieve. It's important to allow yourself the time to process, to feel your emotions, to let them pass through. And oh my gosh, I swear every big truck is deciding to drive down the street right when I start filming. But allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to feel those things, because that is how we heal, that is how we get through them, right? This could even be, if it's not about like a breakup or losing someone or a pet or something like that, you could simply be grieving over past experiences. Like if you've gone through a really big shift in your life, for example, like if you've moved away from home, or your kids have moved away from home, or, you know, like maybe you've gotten married, and even though you're super in love and super happy, you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm not single anymore. I don't have the same type of freedom that I used to have. Or this could be maybe you've just had your first child, and so life as you know it has changed. There's an element of grief here, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're ungrateful for all of these beautiful things happening, but it's bittersweet, and there could be a lot of contrasting emotions coming up at the same time, which can make you feel really confused. So, you know, don't be too hard on yourself if you're like, oh, this is a really, you know, amazing positive thing that's happened, but I'm feeling really, really sad about it too. That's okay. You just feel the feelings, feel the emotions. You don't necessarily need to understand and dissect everything, but simply just be with it and give it the space to be present in your life and the freedom to flow and pass through. So in a general sense, there's a lot of memories coming up here, memories of the past, even past lives with this remembrance card. This is like right away, it was giving me Akashic Records vibes. So some of you could be experiencing past life memories or past life emotions coming up that are confusing you. Like, let's say life for you has been same old, and you're just kind of like, you sort of know what to expect and like everything's fine, everything's normal, and then bam, like these random emotions start coming up, or like you're having these dreams that you can't tell if they're real, if it's a dream, and things like that start happening. It could literally just be that you're tapping into the Akashic record and things from your past life are coming up now in order for you to heal it, in order for you to learn an important lesson that would be helpful to you in this lifetime. So okay, for those of you that don't know what the Akashic record is, it's basically, I kind of imagine it as a really big book that documents literally every single thing that your soul has ever done or gone through in every incarnation that it's had, past, present, and future. Okay, so this is just like a whole catalog, a whole data set of like every action, every experience, every bit of karma, every single thing that a soul can experience is like kept in the Akashic records. Okay, and so for instance, like let's say in a past life you were a warrior or in the army or something, and let's say you like received some kind of wound while you're out in battle, and like your left bicep was affected, and then all of a sudden you're like, in this lifetime you're chilling, life is normal, and then you start having issues with your left bicep, and then you start having dreams about this young man or woman who's in the army in this thing, and they get shot in the arm, and you realize like, wow, you know, that dream felt really real, like it didn't feel like my other dreams. That could be a past life memory coming through of that experience, and it could be coming up because maybe you're the same age now that you were in that past life when you received that wound. I hope this is making sense. It's really deep and complex, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And that's obviously just an example. You know, there's endless possibilities of what kind of experiences can come through. So what I'm getting is, I feel like the veil is really thin, or will be very thin around this new moon in Gemini, and it will be a lot easier for you to kind of cross over and access these different dimensions, these different realms, different timelines. Okay, so for some of you, you could even be like contacting loved ones that have passed, pets that have passed, and things like that. That's something that's coming through really strongly, as well as any past loved ones or pets. They want you to know that they love you very, very much. They're around you all the time. You're never without them. You know, just because you can't see them in the physical doesn't mean they're not with you in the energetic space. And they're especially there when you're feeling sad, when you're crying, when you're having a breakdown, when you're feeling really alone, when you're struggling. They're literally like right there next to you always. Something that's coming through is you may have a hard time dealing with your emotions, especially these big, heavy emotions like grief or experiencing love. You may have a hard time. You may have a fear of losing yourself in the depths of emotions. And so because of that, maybe you try to stay away from certain emotions, maybe you don't allow yourself to feel certain things, or maybe you'll start to feel it, you'll start to get a taste of it, like on the surface, but then you kind of panic and run away from it. And it's something to feel bad about or ashamed about. It can be really scary and difficult to deal with emotions. But what they're saying is that this is a marathon, not a race. There's no rush, there's no pressure to dive into everything at once. It could be really shocking to just, throw yourself into these emotions, and that may not be the healthiest or most helpful way to deal with things, depending on your situation, your past experiences, and things like that. So take your time and be gentle with yourself. Don't put this pressure on yourself of being like, oh, I should be feeling sad, or I should be feeling guilty, I should be feeling this, I should be feeling that. Stop all of that, okay? There's no should. Just allow yourself to feel how you're feeling and let it pass, okay? You don't need to cling on to it. You don't need to be pressuring yourself to emote in a certain way. Everyone grieves and deals with emotions differently, okay? Some people need to have a really big cry about it and just let themselves be sad. Some people get angry and then, maybe they like take up boxing or something as a way to let out that anger. It's literally different for everyone. So take the time to slowly walk down this path of exploring how you best deal with your emotions, whether they're, it's not even whether they're positive or negative, because emotions aren't positive or negative. They're just emotions. It's data that's giving us information. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. So with remembrance and go the distance in reverse, so we have 47 and 38, and both of those reduced to 11. And 11, as I'm sure you know, is a really powerful master number. It's all about manifestation, which is, why people are like, oh, it's 1111, make a wish. It's exactly why. It acts as a portal. So you could be manifesting a certain memory or memories or something coming up from the not so distant past, is what I'm getting for most of you. And whatever it is that's coming up, while it may be extremely difficult to deal with, it's a really, really big opportunity for healing. I always say when things come up from the past, like when things come up out of nowhere, it's always because the universe is always trying to present us with opportunities to heal and grow from things. So, if a situation from like 5 years ago or something randomly comes up for you and you're like, oh, what the hell? Like, this literally happened so long ago. I thought I moved past this. Like, why is this coming up again? It's making me angry all over again. It's making me sad all over again. It's nothing that you're doing wrong. We need to heal in stages most of the time, because if we were to feel everything at once, it would be really overwhelming and we would run very far away from it. That's just the truth, right? So the universe will give us bits and pieces at a time, little baby steps that we can take, and we start to heal. We start to chip away at this, at this wound or at this trauma, whatever it is that's needing our attention. So if you have been trying to manifest something, okay, this could be about love, this could be about moving, this could be about, I don't know, a business, like literally whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, before this thing comes into your life, what is going to happen first is things from the past are going to be coming up for you, because they need to be healed and released in order to make the space for this manifestation to come in. Okay? It's like, imagine you're going on vacation, right? Let's say you're going to take like a 1-month trip and you're just going to bounce around Europe, okay? And let's say you pack up your whole entire house to bring with you on your trip. You can't show up to the airport with 40 suitcases. You can't take all that baggage with you. That's not realistic, right? And it's the exact same thing when we're trying to manifest something. It's all good and well to want something, but do you have the space for it? If you don't have the space for it, then you need to assess the inventory of your life and take a look around and say, what's no longer serving me? What can go? You know, simply put, what can go? And allowing yourself to grieve, allowing yourself to be grateful, be thankful for whatever it is, and then let it go with peace and love so that you can create space, so that you have time to heal, and so that your manifestations can come in. For some of you, I also feel like whatever this is, could be related to like your soul mission, your calling, your purpose here on earth. This could literally be like what I am being told is that this mission has taken lifetimes for you to get to, and it's like this lifetime is now the one where this manifestation is coming in. Ooh, I have goosebumps. So it's literally like in your past lives, you have tried to make this happen, and you've made so much progress, and your soul has evolved and it's learned so much. But in all of those past lifetimes, you hadn't yet been able to accomplish the thing, whatever this thing is for you. And now in this lifetime, because you've already made so much progress with purging and alchemizing and transmuting all of these old experiences from the past, and when I say the past, I mean this very loosely. This could be the past as in last week, this could be the past as in your childhood, or this could be the past as in past lifetimes, okay? But it's like you're now getting to the point where it's like you're almost there. I really feel like it's like you're on the cusp of it. And there's just like a few last things that are going to be coming up as an opportunity for you to heal it so that this amazing, huge manifestation can come in for you. So if you've been trying to bring something really big into your life, if you've been trying to make great change and all it feels like is everything is falling apart, do not give up, because that is one of the biggest signs that your manifestation is coming in. We often think when we're trying to manifest that it's just going to show up on our doorstep in our current reality and timeline. And sure, that happens some of the times, but a lot of the times we need to align our energy with that thing, and the universe needs to arrange all of these chess pieces so that both things are in resonance with each other so that it can be brought into your life. So if things are falling apart, if you're breaking up with someone, if you're losing friends, if you're not feeling satisfied at your job anymore, if you don't like the city you live in, if you don't like the people you're hanging around, if you don't like the same hobbies that you used to, if you don't like eating the same foods that you did, it is because the universe is trying to align your energy, your life, and your lifestyle to reflect this manifestation that it is bringing to you. So don't give up hope. Keep going, allow things to fall apart as they will, knowing that the universe has your back and loves you without bounds and would never ever take anything away from you that wasn't meant to be there, okay? Like I'm hearing some of you may feel like you've been wandering around in the desert, trying to find something, trying to search for something, and it feels like you're moving backwards. It feels like you're losing all this progress that you've made, when it couldn't be farther from the truth. It's like you feel like you're in this desert, but really you're walking towards this beautiful oasis filled with all this abundance, all this fertility, all of this love, all of these blessings, and it's like gonna come as the biggest surprise to you, because you're gonna be like, damn, like I really thought that everything was falling apart. I really thought my life was gonna be over, and I'm kind of dumbfounded at how fucking amazing everything just worked out for me. Like, this is a miracle. I can't believe it. Okay. Whew, damn. Okay, that was really intense. Let's grab the tarot. I need to I need to find out more. Okay, let's give this a quick little shuffle. And let's just get right on into it. Spirit, please. What is going on with this new moon in Gemini for the collective, please? What can the collective expect with this new moon in Gemini on May 30th, 2022, please? Oh, ooh, I'm getting goosebumps again. Hold on. I was talking about, I mentioned with, like earlier in the astrological part, I was talking about how with this new moon in Gemini, this new moon in Gemini, that you could be receiving like information or news or like a communication of some kind. And it could be that this like news or information or like something that you hear is what triggers this remembrance. Like it's like deja vu almost is what I'm getting. It's like you hear something or you read something somewhere and it just like triggers this thing in you and you're like, whoa, like why is that so familiar to me? Like why is that speaking to me so hard? Yeah, that's just something that came through that may be happening for some of you. But let's see, Spirit, what is happening with this new moon in Gemini for the collective, please? What is going on? What can the collective expect with this new moon in Gemini, please? You know, and it's so interesting because this remembrance card, it's making me think of like the visuals that I'm seeing are like really ancient times or like, you know, time periods in history that happened a long time ago. But the imagery on the card itself looks so futuristic, and I just keep like seeing somebody, like it's like time traveling. You may astral travel a lot in your dreams, astral projection, and yeah, some of you for sure definitely tap into your past lives while you're dreaming. Speaking of, we have the Queen of Cups coming out. So this is water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You may have those placements, but you don't have to. Oh, okay, so we also have the Knight of Wands. So what is going on with this new moon in Gemini for the collective? What can the collective expect? Okay, we also have the Hanged Man, so more Pisces energy coming through. With the Knight of Wands, this is fire signs, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of you, I'm hearing 3 months, so if you're watching this when it's uploaded, that would be the end of August, so that could be a significant time frame for you. We also have Temperance, which is more Sagittarius energy. Let's grab one more card. Spirit, what is happening with this new moon in Gemini for the collective? What can the collective expect? Okay, we're gonna put these back. It's a lot of cards. One card, please. Yeah, I mentioned traveling, didn't I? So I have Temperance and the Knight of Wands here. Oh wait, something flipped over here. What's this? Oh my goodness, you're hiding. Okay, we have Judgment. Yeah. On the back, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this would be Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, what is going on here? So this is interesting because we have Major Arcana and we have Court cards. So whatever's happening is really major, okay? Okay. So, okay. There's a lot going on. But I'm getting similar messages, like what we were talking about with these oracle cards. So there's a lot of water going on here with Queen of Cups, with Temperance, and with Judgment. So as we've already been talking about, emotions are going to play a huge role in this new moon, which is interesting because, you know, Gemini is an air sign and is all about logic and the mental realm. And I think I mentioned in like the astrology part that that like logic, the mind is going to be at the forefront, and emotions may kind of naturally take a back seat as a result of that. But what I'm getting here is, oh yeah, okay, that's what I said before, is not to over intellectualize your emotions, right? So you don't need to dissect every emotion and like, why am I feeling this right now? Where is this coming from? What do I do? What is happening? Blah, 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 blah. You know, it can be good to have that kind of awareness of like, whoa, like, you know, what's triggering me? Why is this coming up? But there's a difference between that and going overboard with it. And what I'm getting is that your natural inclination may be to want to be really logical about this. And, you know, I literally see someone like sitting down at a desk, like interviewing themselves, be like, tell me, Jennifer, why are we feeling this? You know, like, where's this coming from? And that it'll be more beneficial for you to just simply allow your emotions to be. Give them the space, feel the feels, and let them pass. That's definitely easier said than done, but it is the advice that is coming through. Because our feelings aren't always logical, and our feelings don't always necessarily make sense in the realm of intellect. And it can be more damaging sometimes when we are trying to overanalyze and pick apart our emotions, when it would be so much easier to just let it be. Oh, I see. Okay, so you may do things like that as a way to be more in control of the situation. Like, if I can understand why this is happening, then it's like I've kind of got a hold on it. Oh yeah, and I did mention that you may have a hard time like feeling emotions really deeply. And it's like, I'm literally just hearing, it's like you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know the answer to everything. And it's like, we also can't know everything. You know, we're ever evolving and ever learning, and there's always just going to be things that we don't know. It's like, you know, the further in life you go and the more that you learn, the more you realize how much shit there is that you just don't know. And that's okay. We're not meant to know everything. The universe is meant to know everything. But at the same time, you have this deep, deep wealth of wisdom and information and knowledge tucked away in your soul that you are more than capable of tapping into with the Queen of Cups, the Hangman, and Temperance here. Like, like literally, like, oh my god, I can't even talk. Like all of your upper chakras are like popping. Okay, so the upper chakras would be the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And if you're if you're trying to figure out, like, you know, like, how do I just feel the feelings? How do I just like let it flow and let it pass? Literally, what they're saying is to find stillness. Okay, it's like almost like getting into a meditative state, or just being in some kind of solitude. Like, I'm seeing the hermit right now, so it's just like finding this moment alone to yourself, where it's just, you know, you and your feelings and your thoughts. And it's like in meditation, the goal is detachment. The goal is to let your thoughts flow, let your feelings flow, hear what they have to say and let them pass. There's an element of release. There's an element of not clinging onto, of not grasping onto, of not like holding on so tightly. Just let it flow. Just let it go. Release all that tension. Release all that emotion, all that energy. I feel like it'll mostly be coming from your heart chakra and your crown. So you're definitely going to be receiving a lot of downloads, okay? A lot of just information coming in, whether this is in your waking life, whether you're sleeping. Like, you're just going to be getting like downloads. Like, literally, it's just going to be like in your face, unavoidable, like, whoa. But the beautiful thing about this is that as these things come up and you're healing and dealing with it, you're growing and you're evolving and you're literally rising up. We have judgment here. This is all about rebirth. Judgment is ruled by Pluto. It's deeply transformative. And holy crap. Okay, we have temperance and judgment. Both of these talk about alchemizing. You're literally taking grief and pain and sorrow and things from the past, and by feeling them and giving them the space to be, you are literally transmuting it into love and light, and your manifestations coming in. With the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles on the back of the deck, two things. So the first thing is another reminder that you don't need to rush, that you take the time that you need. This isn't a race, okay? Healing's a journey. It's non-linear, and everyone's journey looks different from each other's. So don't compare yourself. Don't look at other people and be like, oh, well, they're so much more ahead of I than I am, and like all this stuff. It's like comparing apples to zebras, okay? Like, it's just not even it's impossible to compare, so just don't do it. And the other thing that I'm getting with the Knight of Wands is like, keep holding on to that vision of this manifestation, of this thing that you really want, because it's coming for you. It's just that before it comes in, there's a bit of work that needs to be done here. But this is all within your wheelhouse of capability. Like, you can have your manifestation. You can literally have anything that you dream of. If you can dream it, it is yours and you can have it. And the universe only puts things on our path that we are able to deal with. The problem is that most of the time it's our own limitations, our own self-limiting beliefs that prevent us from believing that we could have the thing that we want. I could talk all day about this. I'm going to move it forward though, because I've been talking a really long time and we have a lot of more cards to go through. But I might do a video about past lives. I've really been wanting to do one. So let me know if you would be interested. If you would be interested in seeing that, hearing about it, learning more about it. But we're going to move on now. So I'm going to, I'll put the Knight of Pentacles over here. Yeah, look at that. The Four of Cups was underneath. It's like looking at everywhere else and being like, oh, they have more than I do. They're more successful. They've made more progress. Don't worry about what other people are doing. You worry about you. You do you, boo, okay? and don't mind what other people are doing. It's good to look for others for inspiration, but let's not make unhealthy comparisons, okay? So let's start getting into some advice for you. We have the owl, beautiful. And we also have, wow, we have the black egg. Okay, so the black egg's connected to the throat chakra, which I already mentioned. We see so clearly here with this remembrance card with this blue color. Yeah, and again, more about like information, speaking, hearing news. So, you could be like prophetically receiving this information before you actually receive it. So like you may have a dream about someone telling you something, or you may have like a download, a vision, a daydream, or a general feeling that you're going to be receiving a specific kind of information, and then it comes in. You know what? I have to pull more cards for this. This video is going to be so long, but like, Spirit, what is this news? What information is coming in here? What information is coming in for the collective with this new moon? Four of Pentacles, the Star. What is this news? What is this information that's coming in? This new moon in Gemini, please. What news or information is the collective receiving? King of Wands. Yeah, it's like, oh man, something you really, oh yeah. And we have the Knight of Wands again at the back. Like something you've had this big vision for, this big dream. It's like, you know what it is? And I said this earlier, but it's coming through so strongly. It's like, if everything around you is crumbling, if your foundation is crumbling, let it, because what's coming in could not be sustained on the current foundation that you have. The foundation needs to be rebuilt. And that's okay. And that's totally possible and doable. And you're already doing it. You're already in it. And it's coming to you. Like there's so much healing energy here with the Queen of Cups, with Temperance, with Judgment, with the Star here. And it's like, keep watering those seeds, keep nurturing those seeds. Don't lose sight of your vision. Keep holding on to it because it's coming. Take it day by day, okay? Don't give up because you haven't crossed the finish line yet. For some of you, this could be about a dream house. This could be about traveling to somewhere that you've always dreamed of. This could be about, I just heard farm to table. So like maybe you're opening a restaurant or something, or you're moving more out into nature. Or if you've always lived in the country, it's like you're moving to the city for the first time. There's just like this huge vision. You'd be starting your own business, either online or like literally opening up an actual store somewhere. And so basically like the news that you'll be getting is like positive news, like green light, thumbs up, you got the go ahead. Okay, so just keep hanging in there, okay? The owl also talks about abundance, creativity, okay? So these are all things that we see here with the Queen of Cups, for example. And again, the idea that you have so much wisdom, like so much valuable information and tools and knowledge and skills that is starting to come into your frame of awareness. So you could be literally like becoming aware of talents you didn't know you had, different things like this. These are all like either past memory stuff, past live stuff that's coming through, that certain blockages had to be cleared out of the way in order for these talents and skills to come through. This could also be about like spiritual gifts coming through and things like that. But with the black egg, I'm also getting to like be true to yourself, be honest with yourself about how you're feeling and how you deal with those feelings too. You know, maybe we can get away with lying to others, but you can't lie to yourself, because you always know. You know the truth, and it always kind of niggles at the back of your mind. And, you know, I'm just hearing that it's safe to start bringing that into your awareness and to give yourself grace and forgiveness of if you've been doing that, if you haven't been comfortable being your most authentic self, if you haven't been comfortable exploring your emotions, it's all okay. Like I said, we're all on different journeys here. We have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Give us moon. Literally, what have I been saying? Oh my God. Okay, and we have, do you see that? Don't let your past hold you back. South Node, don't let your past hold you back. Your past doesn't equal your future, okay? Don't compare your journey to other people's journeys, okay? And like, look at this. You see this color here? This is like the upper heart chakra, okay? This is like a combination of blue and green, and this is all about speaking from the heart, speaking your truth, okay? It's time to be honest. It's time to be honest with yourself about something, okay? Like I can't even make this shit up, you guys. Like, I can't believe it. And again, with the South Node, this could again talk about past lives. I'm definitely gonna do a past life reading, because this is like blowing my mind. And we see here with the gibbous moon. The gibbous moon is the moon phase that happens right before the full moon. And as we know, full moons are all about releasing, all about purging. Okay, so it's also a very emotional time. So like I've been saying, just give yourself that grace, give yourself that compassion, give yourself that forgiveness, okay? We don't need to be happy all the time. It's not realistic, okay? All emotions ebb and flow. It's a part of life. It's just the nature of things. And I'm just getting like strong messages of detachment that just keep coming through. But like you are on the right path. You're exactly where you need to be, okay? And don't let anything or anyone hold you back or make you feel like you can't achieve your goal, because you can. Like, it's literally, it's on its way to you, okay? And you've been doing such a good job at, you know, handling the journey of manifestation, because it's not easy, especially when it's really big, profound change where like shit hits the fan and everything starts falling apart. Like, that's not fucking easy to deal with, okay? So I'm giving you major props, and you're doing seriously amazing. Let us look at some self-care advice. We have, y'all, we have I'm sorry, oh my God, defenselessness, writing past wrongs, uprooting. You can't really see her there. You can kind of see. Okay. So I'm sorry, defenselessness, writing past wrongs, uprooting, and we have lifting the veil. Wow, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. So, and I was literally saying before, like, you may be over intellectualizing your emotions and like questioning everything. And, you know, like I had said, it's not that asking ourselves these questions is a bad thing. It's just when we go overboard, right? Temperance talks about moderation, right? Balance, being in harmony. So like anything in life, too much of anything isn't a good thing, okay? And it's all about keeping things as balanced and as harmonious as possible. So it's okay to assess your situation and be like, all right, like what's not working here? Why am I feeling this? Like, is it something that I'm doing that's causing this? How can I change it? How can I make it better? That's fine. But just don't get stuck in that analysis paralysis and like overthinking and then, you know, going into this whole downward spiral of like, oh, I've fucked everything up and everything's my fault. Literally. Forgive yourself. Literally, like look in the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes and say, I forgive you. And I'm sorry that, you know, maybe I've been neglecting my emotions, or I've been doing this, or I've been ignoring that. Just forgive yourself for it, okay? Writing past wrongs. We have so much about the past here. So much about the past. It's time to forgive yourself for the past and move on. Because there's a whole bright future that's waiting for you that looks nothing like your past. And it looks everything like your greatest dream. And it's waiting for you. And it'll be waiting for you for when you're ready to get there, okay? Whew, okay. So our next self-care cards, we have Pleasure. And we have Reid. So with Pleasure, just do what you enjoy. Like, do what feels good to you. Do you like... Oh, you know what this is? What was I talking about? In the astrology part, I was talking about Venus and Taurus, which is like all about pleasure and like the senses. So like, you know, clothes that feel really nice on your skin, or having good food, things that smell nice, like fresh flowers or perfume or aromatherapy, you know, like really indulge yourself in pleasure and the experiences of life, you know. It's like, you know, when you go to a nice restaurant and like the food is on point and the ambiance is on point and like they've got the right kind of background music at the right level and like, you know, and it's just like, it satisfies you on so many levels because they're playing to all of your senses. So really allow yourself to experience pleasure. And with Reid, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Maybe there's a book that you've been meaning to read, or if a particular book or author or something like that like pops into your mind or really catches your attention, pay attention to that. Go read that book. You know, books are full of wisdom and knowledge, which is what we've been talking about, and there could be something in there for you that's really important for you to learn that'll help you on this journey. So finally, let us take a look at these tea leaf oracle cards. These are going to represent final messages, things to know about this new moon, and yeah, it could be blessings, challenges, or just general things to know. So let's see. We have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Okay. We have cup, you should accept valid criticism. Chain of events that will affect your life. Ooh, we have wealth. We have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. We have ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. And we also have, ooh, diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Okay, there's a lot of messages here. So with bouquet and diamond, listen, I don't want to spoil surprises, but somebody might be getting engaged. Or if you're already like with someone, maybe they're surprising you with a trip, surprising you with something special. You know, we have this like globe here. So something about travel, Now, so when I was pulling these cards, I had already saw the rooster and the ram come out because they both flipped over. So I got a few clarifying cards on them. So I was like, who is this arrogant, boastful, stubborn, aggressive person that is trying to cause problems here? So I pulled, well, I was only trying to get one, to be honest, but 3 came flying out, so I took them. So we have the month of February. We have Rose, romance is in the air. And Haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Ooh, listen, we talked about karma too. So look, for some of you, if you're single or like recently started seeing someone, or this could even be about a friend, I'm getting more than one message here. So either just be cautious because this person may not be everything that they say that they are. Like we had with the Knight of Pentacles, take your time with this. Don't rush into anything. People always reveal who they truly are. And sometimes time is the only way that we get to see that truth. Another thing that I'm getting here is, so with this, and then with you should accept valid criticism, you know, like, listen, some people love to criticize and give their opinions on things that they don't know fuck all about. So don't accept any criticism, judgments, or opinions from people that honestly are irrelevant. And yeah, you know, you might be like, that sounds kind of harsh, but like, listen, some people have good intentions, but really just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, if you're trying to be, God, I don't know, a professional football player, and the people that you're getting advice from are chefs, like, what do chefs know about being professional football players? You know, like, everyone has their own set of skills and knowledge and experiences, and that's all wonderful. But if you're trying to be a professional football player, you should talk to professional football players because they've been on that path. They know that journey. They know how to actually help you. It's something that I'm getting here. And with karma, you will reap what you have sown. This is what I'm saying. Like, the universe sees how much work that you've been putting in and like trying to heal from your past and like forgiving yourself and forgiving situations and trying to move on and trying to create and bring in something that's better for yourself, and the universe is gonna fucking reward you. I don't know why I'm swearing so much in this reading. Like, I think it's that whole Gemini no filter thing. We're just gonna roll with it, okay? But listen, karma is not just bad things coming back to you that you've done. Karma is also good things, rewards, blessings, okay? Abundance, wealth, okay? So keep doing what you're doing. You focus on your path, you focus on your lane, okay? And listen, there's blessings on blessings coming in that are so much deserved after all that you've been through, and I couldn't be any more prouder of you. I couldn't be any happier. But listen, guys, I'm going to end the reading here. I've been talking for a hot minute. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching, and hit that post notification bell so you never miss out on when I upload a video. I love you so much. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.